Welcome to episode 65 of the Army ThinkTank podcast. I am Jen.
Jess.
How are we doing this week?
Good. I'm pretty tired, but I
Isn't that our like constant state though?
Yeah, well, like I got back from vacation and like immediately had to go back to work, and it's just been like
Oh yeah, do you wanna tell the story of you coming back from vacation / why there wasn't any episode
okay.
last week? It's not your fault.
Oh.
It's
No,
not
it
your
wasn't our
fault.
fault. So, so I was in Las Vegas, of course, for the Permission to Dance concert, as you guys know. I posted it all on Instagram. I was probably the most annoying person, especially on my personal Instagram.
No, I had a blast watching your story because I was living through you.
Okay, great. So, which I'll get into in a minute here. But so coming back, we had gone to the airport because our flight was at like 1:30 or something like that. So we had gone to the airport at like 9:30, 10 in and around there. And we got to the airport, we got through security totally fine. We were on the other side. We were just like getting our stuff and like going to our gate and stuff like that. I will say that I prefer the Las Vegas airport comparatively to LAX, like so much more. They were so much more organized.
How many times did we get lost in LAX?
Yeah, it's like the most disorganized airport I've ever been to in my life. So
and it's one of the biggest airports too, so that's like mind-boggling.
It was so ridiculous. So I definitely prefer the Las Vegas airport. Their security system is so good. They have like a tram that takes you between the terminals.
That's
it's
great.
Like, ooh, it's chef kisses. I love it. I love it. So yeah, we had gone through security all good. Everything was fine. I dropped my bag off and we made our way to our gate. And then I get a notification from WestJet being like, your flight's been delayed until like 2:33. And then it kept getting delayed by like another 15 minutes. And I was like, okay. And Lenny, our friend that we were with, her flight wasn't until like 3, so she was like hanging around Las Vegas for a little bit more. And honestly, we could have just hung out with her because
if you'd known that like earlier.
And so she got to the airport and met us at our gate, and so we hung out for like a couple of hours until our flight finally boarded. So that was kind of like sus to me, was like, oh, like usually from Calgary,
it's never good. Like if it gets delayed once, like that's fine.
Yeah,
but if it keeps getting delayed, that's really sus.
So whatever, we were on the flight. It's like a 2-hour 40-minute flight ish. It's like, you know, give or take half an hour usually. So we're on the way, and we met these like really nice people. Like our person who was like beside us was super sweet. She's an author, so we were like talking about books the whole time. And, yeah, she was very nice. And obviously like a Calgarian, so we were just like chatting about like that. And I like told her I was in film, and she was like, oh, I want to get like my book turned into a film. And I was like, oh, I have like so many resources. Cool. Yeah, so we were like chatting about that. And I had noticed, I like followed through the WestJet app. You can like follow your flight through the tracker.
Mm-hmm.
And I had noticed like that we were almost across to the Canadian border, and I was like, okay, cool. And I look out the window, and it's like a wall of like white. Like I could not see the land at all. Like there was like a clear, it was really funny because I'm sorry I didn't catch a picture because I was just like too like stunned to speak, because it was just like you could see like the US side was completely clear, and then it was just a wall of white going into Canada.
Because also you knew that it snowed at least in Quebec, because I told Kat that she was coming back to snow.
Yeah, and I had found that out too because my friends
Lo and behold, it snowed all across Canada that day.
Yeah, so we were like flying over. We were like 20 minutes out from the Calgary International Airport, and I noticed like we're turning to the left, and I'm like, we're turning a lot to the left for Calgary. Like this is a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like there was too much. And then over the PA speaker, he was like, we're making an emergency stop in Kelowna because YYC is closed. And just to like put this in perspective, the Calgary International Airport never closes, ever. Like, we've had snowstorms and they have never closed.
Yeah, most like Canadian airports do not close in snowstorms
not
because
in the wintertime.
Because they're used to it.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
But apparently we had gotten like almost
too much snow.
It was like 30 centimeters and we were supposed to get more. Like, we were supposed to get even more.
Don't you love getting snow in April though?
Well, and by that point, like, the wind was picking up and everything. And like, yes, we get snow. Like, it's a typical thing to get snow in April for us, like, especially on the long weekend. It always happens every year. That's why we don't go like camping or traveling, because like
cancel Easter, there's too much snow.
There's too much snow. Yeah. So, but like, this was Tuesday, like the 19th, when we were heading back. So we land in Kelowna, which is another 45 minutes. And the reason I think they couldn't take us to like Vancouver was because we just didn't have enough fuel to get us to that point. So Kelowna is a very small airport. It's not an international airport either. So they don't have customs. Like, it's not a thing because there's no international flights that touch down in Kelowna. Like, this never happens. So the reason that that's important is because when you're traveling back into Canada, you have to go through customs before you can exit anything. So, and it was funny too, because we were not the only flight that had to make an emergency landing. There was in total 11 flights that had to divert to this tiny ass airport. And
because I knew there was like flights after you, but the last count that I got was when you told me there was 5 after you, so I didn't know it was 11.
It was 11 in total, including us. So all the domestic flights could deboard and get off, right? Except for the 2 international full flights, one from Vegas, which was us, and the other one from San Diego. Neither one of those flights could deboard yet because they had to set up customs. Like, they weren't sure how they were going to do that, and we can't intermingle with everybody else coming off of the Canadian flights. Like, we literally have to have our own wing of the airport. So
because they gotta keep you in check until you pass through customs.
Exactly. And we can't have our bags be together. Like, it was this whole thing. So fast forward, like, basically we were on the runway for like 3 hours waiting, and they were like, I don't know if we're changing gates yet, I don't know if we're being taxied over there. And then we decided not to change gates, so we had to like stay in our position, and they basically closed down the entire wing around the airport. We had to like walk all the way around to baggage claim and through customs. And I know that there is a border like really close to Kelowna. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, so they probably shuttled like people from border,
the border agents.
And then there was like 6 of them, and we got through customs like very easily. Everybody was like really supportive, and
at this point they're just like, we just want to get you through.
We gotta get you processed. My security agent was a gem. Love her. She was like, what were you in Vegas for? And I was like, the BTS concert. And she was like, no way, that looks so much fun, I want to go. I was like, girl,
those
please.
are the best.
I was like, yes, come next time. Yes, ARMY, you're everywhere, and I love you. And then we got our bags, and then we had to wait in another line for an hour for them to rebook all our flights, get hotels, food vouchers, like all that kind of stuff. Luckily, like, nobody on the line, like, there wasn't any yelling, there wasn't any like, everybody
it happens, like you can't control weather, so
no. And I, even though it was like hours and hours of just like waiting to see what was gonna happen, because we thought like maybe we would stay in Kelowna for a few hours and then be able to go back to YYC, but that did not happen. We had so much snow that they couldn't get people through. And after us, which by the time we got like almost halfway to the line, it was like 10:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there was still another flight coming from Toronto that they still had to process through. And like, I overheard like some of the security guys being like, we had to call everybody back. Like, everybody was off shift and they had to be like turn around, you have to come back. because we have all of these flights coming in. And I had like not eaten really that day either. So by the time we like got to our hotel, it was like, I don't know, like 11:30 at night. And so there was like a Domino's pizza that was open. So we like walked across the street, shoveled Domino's into our face, and then went back and
went to sleep.
And then the next morning got to the Kelowna airport pretty early, like earlier than our flight was supposed to be. And still we had delays. Like it was still like another like half an hour delay before we were able to get back to Calgary. Good news though is we didn't have to go through customs. We had to go through like the regular side of the airport, which was kind of nice. You know, you could just like pass through whatever.
Yeah. So my thought process was like seeing all the delays that Jess was going through, and I was like, okay, it's Tuesday, and I couldn't like in my right conscience have you land whenever you do, get home, having to record, and then having to edit. I was like, this is like I'm not a bitch. She's she's one of my closest friends. Like I cannot like in my right conscience like do that to her. And I was like, let's just post a notice. And just like come back next week. You'll be like in your stuff, you won't be rushed, you won't be like as tired from the traveling.
Because like by the time I actually got like into my house, it was probably like 2:30 my time. So
I was like, I cannot. And so that's why on Tuesday night, like really late, you got that notice.
Because I was just I was like,
because I just wanted to at least like have a little bit of time to rest, you know.
And I like worked the next day in the morning,
so I was just like, this is not happening. Like it cannot let that happen.
I mean, you know, the good news was like honestly everybody on the flight was so nice. The girl who I sat beside on the flight going to Calgary was super nice. We were talking about BTS. We were talking about traveling to. She was like giving me tips and stuff to travel around Asia.
Oh, that's cool.
So she was like really nice, and because like the flight from Kelowna to Calgary is like 45 minutes. Like it's up and then you're down and then that's it.
Basically.
Very simple. And we actually got the crew, like the same crew from the last day.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we were just like so incredibly thankful to the Kelowna airport and also like WestJet and the people who were like on our flight, because it could have been so much more stressful than it was. Like we were having a great time. Like the group that we were with, we were like laughing and we were like chatting and having like, you know, it was, I don't know, like it was less stressful than it, you know, could have been at the time. And so I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. Like it is what it is, right? Like I can't, like you can't control the weather. And if they, you know, if the international airport thought that it was too dangerous to touch down in, then I'm glad we decided to divert.
You gotta respect
you know what I mean?
That's
like,
a very difficult decision to make. To have to close down an international airport.
And it's
like, that's
one of the busiest.
Really, one that's like I don't think in my lifetime like Montreal International Airport has ever closed. So that
it's a big deal. It does. It's a big deal. And even like when we had gotten back, it was like clear skies. Like we landed perfectly.
It's like super cute with all the white around.
Like I was heading back and I was just like looking at the amount we got over that 24-hour period, and it was probably close to like 30-35 centimeters. And to
it was
have
just like
that
really funny because that morning was the morning my mom went back to work.
Oh yeah, from quarantining.
Well, also after Easter weekend.
Oh yeah.
And so she was like, "Fuck this." The thing is, when she left the house, it wasn't snowing at home, but it was snowing at her workplace, which is like 15 minutes away. In the same town.
Well, and the irony of this, so like Calgary. we're such like a huge city that it's so expansive, right? Like we divide our city into quadrants. So we have northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. That's like, and then we have the center, which is like the city center. But we divide it into quadrants because a lot of the time, like the northeast, northwest got a ton of snow. You go like 20 minutes into the south, they had none. Like they didn't have any snow whatsoever. They were totally clear down there. It was hilarious.
What's really funny is that Tanya, who's on South Shore, had snow. And like my house is in between my mom's workplace and South Shore. And I was like, is this a black hole?
Yeah, sometimes it can be. Like I get like a lot of my friends live like all over the city, right? So like sometimes I'll hear like, oh, we had like thunderstorms and like hail, and I'm like looking outside and it's like sunny, clear, and I'm like, but like where? Or like I'll be like driving to work, which is like down the hill, and it'll be raining, but I just came back from like sunny, and it doesn't make any sense. You know
it was like I've entered a matrix.
Yeah, like Calgary's like a freaking matrix of weather. So yeah, that's why you didn't get an episode last week, was because my flight
Jess was going through it.
I was going through it a little bit, but I told my mom, like when we were going through it, I was like, at least it was at the end of our trip instead of the beginning of our trip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like the way that I was also seeing it is that you guys were together.
Yeah,
like you weren't traveling alone.
No, I mean, like it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if I was.
I know, but it's just like a little reassuring as a friend. You know? Like, knowing that my friend is not like stuck going through alone. That by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, Lenny, JCJ, and Kat did not have any issues coming back home.
No, neither did Riz. She was totally fine. Like, she landed in Edmonton. Although JCJ and Riz, they were both, they left on Sunday. So
I mean, JCJ, like, her traveling to go to the US is just, it's a pain in general. Just because from where she's leaving from.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a process.
It's a process. It's honestly because, like, you know, Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. Winnipeg does have an international airport, but
yeah, Saskatchewan doesn't.
No, so you have to hop onto Calgary to get. And honestly, like a lot of flights from Edmonton go to Calgary first and then diverge elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, there's also a lot of flights from Montreal that goes to Toronto before going anywhere.
Yeah.
Even though it's not needed.
It's like, you know, like Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver. They're like the hubs. Yeah. Because like, you know,
but Calgary... a lot of the time, like if you go to Europe, you'll either have a stop in Montreal or just like go directly, because we're literally like the last international airport before going into the Atlantic.
Right.
So
those baby airports don't have nothing.
They're like, let's go to French Canada, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. So that was my ending trip adventure.
On other news, I don't know if I've said, my whole family got COVID. They're all good now. They've all recovered.
That's good.
I've also had like a very emotional moment with my brother last night. Like I was just texting, like I saw a TikTok. It was basically like a younger sibling saying like, oh, my older sister is like the person that I go to if I ever need help, blah blah. Yeah. And I was like, Emery, I just want you to know that I love you. Like I know that you know, but like we never like say it to each other. And like you can always come to me. You know? And he was like, I do feel the same way, but like, are you tipsy? And I was like, no, I'm completely sober. And I was just like, I just needed to put it into words because I miss you. And like, yeah.
It happens.
I'm going through it, you guys. My emotions are a mess. Like all the time.
Every day.
But otherwise I'm doing okay. Having some possible medical issues, but it's nothing to worry about.
It's all good.
It's all good. It is what it is, you know.
True.
I was in my feelings. I still am. I'm always in my feelings.
Yes.
But tell us about week 2, Jess. How was your experience in Vegas?
Ooh, it was okay. It was I'm trying to like sum it into words, and it's so difficult. It was amazing, honestly. Like LA will always hold a special place in my heart because it was the first, trip that we had that was like after COVID, and
it was like
my
first time meeting.
Yeah, it was like my first time meeting, my first BTS concert. Like
it
will always hold a special place in my heart. But Vegas,
I mean, Vegas as a city is on another level to begin with.
It was on a different level, and honestly, day 3 and day 4 was even better than the last 2 days of LA. I'm gonna say it because it's true.
I have no doubt.
It was like our section honestly was lit. Like the entire stadium was lit. We were doing all the fan chants like ahead of time. We were just vibing, and like their energy and our energy, it was like we were trying to make a contest of who could have the better energy, and it kept building like all night.
And I mean, like week 2 we got like Victoria's Secret model Tay, so
we did, and he was a lot. All of them were a lot. I was not handling it very well.
Yeah, because I watched day 4 online.
Yeah, day 4 was wild, honestly.
And honestly, that was probably one of the best like online experience that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I believe I've been there for like all of the online concerts that they've ever did.
Yeah, I have.
Except for the Seoul one, I watched the replay, so I kind of counted as if I was there.
Yeah.
And also I was watching with my friend Car, who I've been sending the K-pop song of the day with. Nice. So it was her first K-pop concert experience.
Oh, that's so cute.
And she had an absolute blast. Like, she was like, this is probably like the best concert that I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn straight.
It was. I'm not kidding. Like, I don't know.
It was 1,000%.
I don't know like what
I was dying and she did not understand why, but she had a blast.
I don't know what happened. It was like the week off did something to them, and they came back with like vigor. It was
with power.
Like I don't listen. I don't know. It was a lot. And like our first night there was so cool. Like landing, we stayed at the Luxor, which is like
now you can say it.
Now I can say it. But yeah, we were staying at the Luxor. It was like the pyramid one, and it was so cool to like enter the hotel, and I'm just like hearing My Universe play over the main speaker, and they had the music videos like on their 2 main screens. Like,
that's just so cool.
Playing. And we finally had met each other because I guess like Lenny and Kat got dropped off at a different door.
Oh.
So we were trying to like find each other, and we finally found each other.
Hello.
And we got back to the hotel. We like dumped off all our stuff, and then we went out to this steakhouse in the Mandalay Bay, which is like it's like a 10-minute walk. Like it's very close to our hotel, and we had
it's good for digestion once you're done because you eat a lot of food.
So much food. Holy Vegas is like, listen, if you don't go to Vegas to drink, you definitely go there for food. That's like one of the main reasons. It's got like
the next time that Maples meet, you guys need to bring me to KBBQ.
It's so good.
I'm just saying.
Good. And yeah, our like first night there, and then we got up early in the morning for day 3 so we could go line up for merch.
That sounds familiar.
Very familiar. Luckily, like Vegas, the entire week we were there, it was like 30 plus. Like it was hot the whole time.
I mean, also it wasn't like early December, so kind of helps, you know.
Kind of helps. It does. Yeah, to come back, like to go from like minus like 2 to like plus 30, it's pretty good.
And then coming back to fuck.
Yikes. But yeah,
Canadian way, just Canadian way.
It's true. We'd line up for merch. The good news about merch, actually, they did it way better than they did LA, to be honest. Like, just overall, it was so much better than SoFi. I gotta praise Allegiant Stadium a lot because they did such a better job of keeping like lines maintained and going through security and like everything.
I'm glad you guys had a better experience.
It was so much better.
Because SoFi was not a good experience.
No, it wasn't.
Especially security-wise.
So we'd line up for merch. Riz had got there actually earlier, and so she had a spot in line, so we brought her coffee.
Nice.
And luckily also like our hotel was like a 20-minute walk to the stadium, so it was super easy.
That's good
to get to. I honestly, when I was picking the hotel that we were gonna stay at, I was like, let's pick one that's close to the stadium this time, because it just seemed so much better to do so.
Yeah, last time because we had Tanya had discounts because of her mom.
Yeah.
So that's what like
that's why we chose that hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great hotel.
It was a great hotel. But the like having to figure out the traveling between the hotel and the stadium was kind of a pain in the ass.
Because the more like you have like the more people you have in your group, the harder the transportation gets.
Yes. It's harder to travel back and forth. So this time we like walked there, which is great, and we met up with Riz and JCJ in our little group, and we were waiting in the merch line. And again, like the merch line's always a vibe. Like we were just like vibing. It was like hot.
Last time there was a cardboard cutout of Jen coming around. So
there was JK and Jimin this time.
Oh,
in front of us. And we were actually pretty close again to like where the merch actually was. They let people in pretty early to do merch. Like I think the time they were gonna open was 10, but they actually opened it like an hour early. So
yeah, they did that in SoFi too, right?
Yeah.
I think they learned from the first week, and then they were like, "We're gonna."
Yeah, I also think like they're realizing how many people were in line at the time. You know what I mean? And with merch this time, unlike SoFi, where they just released everything the first day, and then we're like, "Oh shit!" They actually like did a thing where it was only sold out for the day, so you could get another chance to come back and get more merch if you needed. And yeah, so we did like the merch thing. I like got a couple of things. Maybe I'll put that in the vlog of like the stuff that I got. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do that, but maybe I will. Maybe we'll see. Comment down below if you want to see that. And then
I do.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. I at least like send me photos or something.
Yeah, I got a pretty good haul.
I'm just like, at least show it to me.
And then we had
so I can put you on my Rob list again.
It's true. Yeah. I'm already on everybody's Rob list. It's a fact. It's a fact. And then we decided to stay at the stadium grounds a little bit because we were so early and got through the merch line pretty quick. We actually got to enjoy like all of the booths that they had set up. So we went through a couple of the booths. We went through the Bulldog ramen booth, and I came home with like a pile of free ramen because they were just like giving it to people. Like if you entered the line,
same thing. Like, yeah, bring back that ramen. You know?
If you were entering the line, you could like put a sticky note up on the wall, and then if you posted it on social media, you got like an extra thing. And then while you were exiting, they gave you like 2 packets of ramen. And I had gone back because I forgot to get the free thing, and I got through again. He gave me more ramen, and basically I had like a pile of stuff like in my hand like this, and he gives me a cardboard box to carry my stuff.
That's so nice.
Yeah, and they were like giving away like boxes of ramen. They had like a separate tent for their boxes of ramen that they were giving people. My suitcase, I opened it up and there was ramen everywhere when I got home. My dad was like laughing because I kept pulling it out of my suitcase.
That's a dream.
It was a vibe.
You honestly were impersonating Jin bringing like ramen on Bon Voyage.
Yeah, I really was. Like there was so much of it. I don't even know how many packs I ended up bringing home. It was.
You can never have too much. Packs of ramen because like you can. It's so versatile. You can like add. You can like do a bunch of stuff.
It's true. I love my ramen. And they had like
cheesy
a bunch
ramen
of...
is the best, by the way.
It is. I love cheesy ramen. I love it so much. And they had like a bunch of food trucks there. The McDonald's thing this time had like slushy drinks, so we did that.
Ooh.
Went through the line. They had like the...
I mean, it makes sense because it was a lot hotter than than the LA.
And they had like the like McDonald's like bookmark things, so you got to pick a couple, like they like showed it to you and you could like pick one out. And I got Jin and Suga because we went to this other line that had a bunch of I don't even know what, like claw machines that you could get free stuff at. And I literally in the line was like, I'm awful at this, I'm not gonna get anything. I was the only one who won something.
Hey,
I got like socks. I got like these like burger bun socks.
They're so cute though.
Right?
The yellow is not obnoxious.
It's not obnoxious.
It's a good yellow.
It's a good yellow. So I got like another
it fits bookmark with your hoodie, not gonna lie.
It does, yeah.
Because it's like the same yellow.
Yeah. So I got that, and then we like went to a couple of other like different booths that were there. They had like a coffee BTS coffee one with like a QR code on the back. Apparently they do ship to Canada, so I might be investing in that. We'll see. And we were also talking to they had like a Tiny Tan booth, and we got like a bunch of free like postcards. I have like so many postcards and like free stuff from everybody. It's kind of crazy. And what else did we do when we were there? Oh, we went to the album line because I wanted to get one of the photo cards. And it was really funny. We were like opening them up, and Lenny just saw the top of JK's hair and started screaming.
I have no doubt.
She was like, I got JK!
That's like the first time that I pulled Yoongi.
Yeah, and I had pulled JK, and
didn't Lenny get like 5 albums?
No, she only got the one. All of us only got one. Well, my mom and I got 2 technically because her and I, so we could get 2 photo cards. And I think I pulled Namjoon, so that one went to my mom, obviously. And then the other one I pulled was JK, but behind me was this girl who's like, I got Jin, do you want to trade? And I was like,
yes.
Girl, yes. Girl, yes.
I know you.
Yeah. I think Kat got 2 as well. Maybe I got Hobie and JK, and then I traded for Namjoon with Kat, so she got Hobie, and then my mom got Namjoon, and then the girl behind me, I was like, do you want JK for Jin? And she was like, yes. And I was like, give me my boy. So I got Jin, and I was very happy. We were all like freaking out. It was really funny. It was hilarious. And then Lenny's like, I gotta put him in a special place. So she like put him in her like passport and like put it in the safe. She was like, this is precious cargo.
That is such Lenny behavior.
Such a vibe. It was like extremely, extremely hilarious. And then we went through all the booths, and then we decided to go get some lunch when we got back. So we went to a Mexican place that was in our hotel. I think it was called Diablo's, and it was so good. Such good Mexican food. And since we were so close to the stadium, like we didn't have to worry about like rushing getting ready or anything like that. So we got ready, and I'll post a you saw
just
my
finished my coffee
Instagram.
I saw your fits.
What I wore.
Your fits are fire.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with how my pants had turned out.
Your fit for day 4 was on point.
I was pretty proud of that one too. I was like,
it's like I showed my friend because I was watching the concert with her.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, this is the outfit that she took inspiration from when JK showed up, and I was like, this is it.
Yes, JK was
she was like, it's so good.
Thank you. I tried a little bit harder because it was Vegas, I gotta try like a little bit harder.
And also actually, like the temperature kind of allowed you to do whatever the fuck you wanted with your outfit. It was just like in LA, it was like so fucking cold.
Yeah, it was really cold in LA. And so when we got to the stadium on day 3, Lenny and I had decided to line up for the merch line, and then Kat and my mom went to go do our light sticks because she was the one who had the tickets. So we were in line, and I've been getting like a couple compliments on my pants, and this one girl who was like it was like a weird like snaking line. I wasn't really impressed with the line formation.
I mean,
inside the stadium.
Were we impressed with the ones in LA?
No.
Did we find our line? We did not.
I don't even know. The outside lines with security were great. That's all that matters at that point.
I will forever remember, like, is this gate 3? No, this is gate 4, but where's gate 3?
Yeah, there was only 2 entrances actually at Allegiant.
That's good.
Yeah, they sort of like had security all set up, and it was great. Like they really just funneled us through, and everything was organized. There was no like pushing or anything like that. It was great. But we were standing in the merch line, and this girl was like, "Oh my god, I love your pants. I recognize you from Twitter." And I was like, I gotta go. Like, nobody should ever be on my Twitter. That's like, no. I was like, oh my god, thank you so
You got recognized.
much.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, nobody should be on my Twitter, honestly, because I'm a mess on there. Yeah, and she was like,
not,
I love your pants, which was great. Like I love them too. Like they turned out really good at the end. But I was just not expecting that to be the response. Like, oh, I saw this on Twitter. No. How about we don't do that? Yeah, that was fun. And then they were sold out of the item that we got, but Lenny was cold, so she got, and I did too. I got like the long sleeve. I don't actually know where I put it. Oh, it's right here. I got the long sleeve version of this shirt with like the patterns on the side.
Very nice.
The only thing is this is like a double XL because that's all they had left.
I mean, that's great.
It's like a dress on me, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, to be fair, it'd be great on me, but you are a tiny person.
I'm a little small. I tried to shrink it in the wash, so we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, day 3, like I said, like the vibe was so freaking cool. We actually had made little like freebies, so we were like handing them out. It was super fun. I love that. And the 2 albums that my mom and I purchased, because we already have the albums, we like gave to kids that were like around.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, yeah. And we had like met up with this family, and my mom had given her daughter the album, and she had given us these like little patches that she had made that were like iron-on patches for like your clothing.
That's cool.
And like RJ and like all the BT21 characters. So it was really sweet, and the parents were like, why? We're like,
why you do this?
I already own it. Like I don't need to bring it back, even though I did buy albums, but that's another story for another day. We did that, yeah.
Not us coming back with like B from LA.
And yeah, day 3, like I said, vibes all the way around. Like I don't know what the deal was. Like it was just like they would like we were feeding.
LA day 3 got trolled on Twitter again. Oh, and I'm not okay.
Yeah, we redeemed ourselves though, so it's fine.
But like again, I have video proof that Namjoon does not know how to explain. Yeah. I love you, June, but now Twitter's against us.
That's true. But yeah, day 3 was super fun. We had like got back to the hotel, and it was just like we were just so like excited and happy still. Slept so well. And then the Saturday we went to the other merch booth that was in the MGM building. So Riz was already there, and we had picked up coffee delivered to her while she was in line, and we just stayed there. And my mom and Kat, actually, there was like a bunch of different hotel cafes that were doing like purple themed drinks or like food items, that kind of stuff. So they had like the purple bubble waffles while they were in the Pyramid Cafe, and then brought Lenny and I some because we were waiting in line, and because we decided to split up so that Kat and my mom could like sleep in, and Lenny and I were totally fine, so we just went to meet Riz at MGM to wait in that merch line, which I didn't get anything because they were sold out of I wanted the Las Vegas key ring.
Yeah.
But every single time we had got up to the line, it was sold out every time. So that was fun. And what else did we do after that? I feel like we went back to our hotel and we got some food at some point. I don't know.
Food is important.
Yeah, I can't really remember what else we did on Saturday. I don't think we did too much on Saturday. We were just like chilling and watching videos, and
that's good.
Especially because like the day before we had stood in line and we were
outside. You did like a lot of things.
We did a lot of things the first day, so we just decided to chill the last day, and then we got dressed and ready, and then headed over to the stadium to wait. And yeah, we got our seats, and day 4 was crazy.
I could feel it through the live stream. I could 100% feel it through the live stream.
I honestly, like, Man and Go was like, oh my god, it was lit. It was lit. And they were crazy the whole time. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think, like,
for me, like, every single time that June raps off beat, like, it makes my day. It makes my day.
So funny. And honestly, like, day 4, our seats were even a little bit closer than the seats we had on day 3. I think it was just, like, the position that we were in, like, in the stadium. But both days we were in the 100 section. And Lenny and I had gone down to take some photos at the bottom of the 100 section. And we talked to the security guard there. And we were like, can we go and get some confetti from the floor after the show? And she was like, you can't go down to the floor, but I will get you some after the show. And we were like, bless you. Thank you so much. I know she was probably thinking in her head, like, why do they want confetti? Like,
just get the confetti.
It's pieces of paper that were on the floor. Like, why do you want this? And I'm like, it's important to my life, okay? It's an important strategy, all right? And then we had gone back to our seats, and we were just like chilling until the concert started. Again, like, everybody was on point. The fan chants were on point. Like, you could hear everybody in that stadium.
The only thing that I found deplorable, what, you know, when, like, in the live stream they pan to the people and the, like, the RVs and everything.
Yeah.
I saw so many people not wearing their masks. And that made me, I was just like, shame on you and your cow and your family.
The thing, though, is like, Las Vegas doesn't have any requirements for masks.
I know, but it's still, like, it upsets me.
I know, but it's not something that they can enforce. Like, it's really, because Las Vegas was a mask-free area, I was honestly just proud that we had the amount of people masked that we did.
Yeah, like, I'm really proud of that too, but, like, so many people, like, there are some that just didn't have anything on their face, but so many people had it down.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if you have it, wear it. Like, don't do it halfway.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing, but that's just me being me, you know?
It's, yeah, I mean, it comes down to the individual, right? Like,
because, like,
you can only control what you're doing, you can't control what other people are doing.
Because even here, like, there's, like, the mandate is, there's no mandate anymore.
Yeah.
Except in, like, medical facilities.
Yeah, we don't really have mandates.
Like, I wear mine every single time I go in somewhere.
Yeah, me too. And we were wearing it, like, the whole time that we were there, just, like, for our safety. So it is what it is. But at the end of the concert, we got a date. And honestly, so, like, a couple of days later, we had, like, heard, I guess, that we were so loud in that stadium and at the MGM Theater that regular people, like, outside thought that an earthquake was happening because we were that loud.
Because, like, at first, like, they just, like, gave the date, so we were like, is this, like,
it's a new
album. Tour? Is it for a tour announcement? And I was like, yeah, and I'm just like, I was in the Discord with some of my friends. I was like, I mean, even on our group chat on Twitter, I was like, we're having a comeback for Festa.
It's happening.
Like before they confirmed it, I was like, I'm not even clowning. This is happening. We're having a comeback for Festa.
I was like, well, because okay, so
and then like a couple hours later, they were like,
yeah,
we are having a comeback for Festa.
Lenny, Kat, and my mom and I, we were like talking about it, and I was like, something's gonna happen at the end of the concert. Like, I don't know what it is, but
I was 100% with you, Jess. I was like,
yeah.
There's 100% something happening.
Because like their end speeches, they were like, our permission to dance is over. And I was like, this is the last permission to dance we're ever going to get.
I mean, they performed it like happening? 12 times.
What is happening? And then Tay was like, keep your phones on at the end. And we were, Lenny and I like looked at each other and we were like, what the hell does he mean by that? Like, keep our phones on? I don't understand. And at the end, okay, so I had posted on my Instagram the end part of that. Like the end part of it. I cut off the last half of that because I forgot to turn off my recording. So the last part of that is literally Lenny and I jumping up and down and screaming to each other.
That's funny.
It was really funny. I'm glad I have that as a memento on my phone. But you will never see that.
Yeah, my friend on Discord, because I was watching with my friend. Yeah. She was about to leave, but she was like, "Oh, good night, Jen." I was like, "Wait. There's a date."
There's a date. June.
And she was like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "Well, it's nothing confirmed, but it's a comeback.
It's a comeback. We're having a comeback."
It was either gonna be like, "Oh, on that day we're gonna announce a tour," or it's an album. And I was like, "It needs to be an album.
It's an album. It has to be an album.
We are music deprived.
We are music deprived." And yeah, the vibe back from the stadium that night, man. It was lit. We had crossed the bridge and I turned around and everybody had their light sticks on and it was like a light stick show, like across the bridge.
That's so cool.
And, you know, like everybody was just happy and vibing and like we were just so excited. And we had got back to the hotel and gone down to like get some like water and like ice cream and whatever from the store. And we had the casino floor like at the Luxor was like they were playing BTS music. Everybody was like chanting and like vibing and like singing. Nice. And it was just like it was one of those experiences that you had to be there to like understand like how excited we all were at the end of that concert. It was just
and like social media was on fire.
Oh yeah, like we had logged in. We had logged in finally like after the concert because we had not like been there obviously, and we were just like scrolling through the timeline and just
the group chat was already screaming when you guys came back.
We were because like we were together, right? So like we were just like sending each other like memes and like we were having like it's such a different thing to be with ARMY in person. And I had seen this video actually like across my timeline and I had actually talked to I had boxing yesterday. So I was chatting with my trainer and I was like, it's so difficult to explain when you enter a place that you feel so safe in and it feels like you're entering like your home. Yeah. You know, it's such a difficult experience to like explain unless you've actually been there. And it's just so cool.
Once you've like experienced it once, you're just like this is it.
This is it. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. And it's so difficult to like describe in a way to other people that they would understand how it feels to be there. Because you can like see videos and like see people excited, but it's such a different experience when you're actually in the stadium and it's like 55,000 of your like best friends and you're all vibing together and you feel like, you know, honestly I felt after that and I kind of still feel that way of like my batteries are finally like recharged, you know. And Namjoon said before it's like we recharge each other.
Absolutely.
And I felt that like so wholeheartedly those 2 nights. It felt so good. And honestly, I'm kind of glad one that we stayed a little bit longer, because the next day I didn't feel that like concert depression because we still had BTS themed things to go and experience.
Yeah.
So we went to the BTS cafe, which was super fun and cool. And I guess Lenny's coworker was also there day 4, and she had like no idea, but she had like seen, I'm not kidding, she had seen her like story. And so we met up with her at the cafe because they had an earlier appointment to us. And so we were just like chatting and vibing, and we had gotten all our food, which was so good. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. And we actually met the chef because he came by and was
so
like,
cool.
Are you enjoying your like meal and how's everything? And we were just like, yeah, it's so good. So we went there and we got to like experience the cafe, and it was so cool. They were like playing BTS music, and everybody was like so happy and excited to be there. And then we went to Area 15 after that to experience both of the pop-ups. So the first one we went to was like they had like all the sets of Dynamite, Permission to Dance, and Butter. So they had all of them set up through there, and you could like take pictures in one section, and then the rest of it was video. So you could like take a whole bunch of videos while you're walking through. And it was like so much fun. We like did like a couple of the dances because they had like not only just like the sets, but they had like a bunch of like photos with like the iconic like elevator dancing. And so Kat had like stood by Yoongi, was like doing his like dance, and I like did like Jin's dance. And yeah, it was like super fun. And then we lined up for another merch line because there was merch there too. And we'd done that line, and then we went across the street over to the other pop-up that they had. And this one was more about like the behind the scenes of Permission to Dance and how the concert cool. like came to be. And yeah, that one was photos only, so we like went through, and it was so cool to like see them in like the rehearsals and all of their like photos. They were looking so good. It was like so much fun. And then they had like a big like section where you could like sit down and like watch their music videos were playing. Obviously like all their songs were playing all the time, which was super fun. So we like basically like spent the day in like BTS world still, so it didn't feel like we were disconnected from them. You know, like LA felt like we were just like rushing through everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because we had to like leave like
I mean
the day after, and so we didn't have time to like process through things.
Oh, the concert depression was like really hard.
It was
LA.
hard. It was super hard after LA. And I had
like even watching like this one online.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we got like the date and everything. Like it didn't feel as bad.
I think also because like, you know, the height of Omicron was just happening at the time of you know, at the end of Permission to Dance LA. So it kind of felt like, you know, a limbo where we weren't sure what was going to happen next or what 22 was actually going to be about. And I'm glad that like we had like the Seoul concerts, you know, that was really good. But again, it kind of felt like I don't know what's going to happen next. And then Las Vegas happened, and it kind of felt like, you know, Las Vegas felt like an ending, but also
a beginning
at the same time because of that announcement at the end. And not just that, but like the entire city being a part of the concert made it feel like we were just like living our like BTS life, you know, like armies were completely invited into the city and respected and like a part of the experience rather than just like going to a concert. It was like the entire city was involved in this process, and it was just so cool to, you know, hear like BTS music in the middle of like malls and like you know, like hotels, and see their giant posters like everywhere, and to see purple lights, like the Luxor was purple the entire concert.
You're like, yes, this is my family. Thank you.
Like it felt like we were respected for enjoying enjoying BTS's content for once. And even like our Uber drivers and cab drivers, like all of them were so respectful and like, why do you like BTS? Tell me more about BTS. Like it was just so nice to experience that. And then the Monday, because, you know, it was like our last day in Vegas was Monday. So we decided to go and get some a buffet, because if you go to Vegas, you have to go to the buffets. You have to. And the last time you gotta eat, and you gotta go to the good ones. You know what I mean? So I've been to, like, when I was in Las Vegas in 2019, I've been to the Paris Hotel buffet, the Caesars Hotel buffet, and the MGM Grand buffet. And we decided to go to a different one this time. We went to Wicked Spoon, which has been all over my like social media. Like, everybody says go to Wicked Spoon. And it did not disappoint. It was fire. It was so good. I miss it already. You know what I mean? Like, I miss it. And buffets, like, are one of those things where it's like, you know, you pay once and then it's all you can eat. And you eat all of it.
Yeah.
All the time.
I love
and you're just
buffets.
constantly eating.
Yeah.
And then we decided to go. They had a bunch of like BTS themed like store fronts and stuff that were popped up. So we went to the first one, which is where Lenny and I spent money on albums.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, didn't Lenny got like 5 albums?
She got 5 albums.
Yeah, because she was talking to Tanya. I was like,
yeah, she got 5 albums. I got 3.
Which one did you get?
Which ones did I get? I got 2. I got their first album and second album. So the Too Cool for School and what was the other one that I got? Or You. That was the other one that I got. And
the one that I can never pronounce.
Yes, that one. And I also got a Love Yourself version. Why? Because I want to complete my Love Yourself collection.
Oh, okay,
the 3 that I got. And then I think Lenny also got the 3 that I got, plus Danger and another one. I can't remember what the last one she got was. It was Map of the Soul Persona. That was the other one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
An iconic one.
Yeah, like, because
the era that made me an artist.
Yeah,
that's why it's iconic.
It is iconic. And so we went there, and then there was another like BT21 store in one of the malls that was there that we wanted to go to. We weren't sure if it was gonna be open, but we wanted to go anyway because I wanted the BT21 humidifier. It's been on my like wish list forever because I've seen it on my TikTok so many times, and I'm like, I need it. I need it.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Good.
I did get it. Yeah, I got the cookie one because it was like purple and it kind of matches like my aesthetic.
Yeah, I have these buddies on my desk all the time.
Yeah. And we actually had met a couple of armies on our way to that spot. They're from Seattle and they're so sweet. We're actually friends now on Instagram, and yeah, they're really sweet. I think you probably saw me repost a photo of all 4 of us together.
Yeah,
or all 5 of us
saw
together.
it. Yeah,
they're from Seattle and they're so sweet. We actually had saw them like in the mall, and then we actually ran into each other again at the BT21 Tiny Tan like pop-up.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. And after that, we went to the Venetian Hotel to recreate the photo of Hobie and Tay.
Yay!
Yeah, so we did that. It was super fun. Probably one of my favorite, like, 4 of us pictures from that area. I really love that picture of the 4 of us together. It's, like, so cute. And then my mom had decided that she wanted to do some gambling. So let
Mama just do her thing.
She went to go do her thing, and then we went to go and eat some Korean food. And we went to the spot. We went to the spot that BTS went to, which was so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna be dreaming about that KB Korean barbecue for a long time. Let me tell you that for free. And yeah, it was like a 45-minute wait, but we actually went to go and get some like matcha drinks because they had like another spot. So we walked over to there and then got our drinks and then came back to our BBQ, and they were playing BTS music. The only thing was they were playing like this sad.
Oh no.
Like it was like Magic Shop, 0 o'clock, Love Yourself Answer, I Need You. Like it was all sad songs in a row, and I'm like,
I think I have a theory on that one. Since you're stuffing your face, they need to make sure that you love yourself even though you're eating too much.
I was just like, why all this sad music? And then our waiter actually served BTS. apparently. And I was like, boy, what's up? He was like, they're very sweet and humble people. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot
That's
of sense.
our boys.
Yeah. And then we actually did ask our waiter, we're like, who came up with this playlist? He was like, oh, it's the girl at the front. Okay, we need to have some words.
Yeah, I think she's having a moment.
We need to have some words with her because this is all sad songs. And yeah, it was nice though to like have the end of the trip be at that spot. Well, I don't know, like at the Korean barbecue spot to like end our vacation.
I wish it was there, but it is what it is, you know.
It was a hell of a good time.
Hopefully next time.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I can't really put into words like how I don't know, like just how much like it was amazing to like spend some time with my friends and enjoy the boys and see like the whole thing. And I don't know, it was so good. And yeah, I miss it a lot. The three of us talk all the time about it. And even though it's like been like a week or so since I got back, yeah, I think it's now just hitting me that we did that and like it's over. And
but Jess, TXT next week. No.
Yeah. The only thing I'm upset about with TXT is that there are no Canadian stops.
I mean, it does say that there's like more to come. What I'm hoping for is an online viewing.
Yeah, if they do an online viewing, I'll probably watch that. The thing is like
But I'm just so happy they finally get to go on tour.
Yeah, it's true.
See Moa.
Yeah.
But like, who heard them?
I'm just kind of like,
Jess, who heard them?
I don't know. The concepts for I haven't watched any of the teaser trailers for the songs.
But like,
yet.
Just the photo.
But like, the photos, they're definitely grown.
Yeah, I was telling Jess before we started recording, they're definitely entering their dark and wild era.
Yeah,
which is gonna hurt. But yeah, for those who don't know, TXT is coming out with Miniso 2 Thursday Child.
Yes.
It comes out on May 9th.
Yes.
Which is next Friday.
Yeah, it's soon. I'm like looking at my calendar and just being like, everything is so like it's happening so fast. Like even though like they had announced it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, May 9th is soon. Like it's
they did not give us time, like, at all.
Well, and I think BTS is the same. Like, June 10th is not that short. Like, that's
it's not even 2 months from the announcement.
No, it's tiny. I mean, good thing is it's during my birthday week, so, and it's also the end of the show that I'm working on, so I'm gonna take that whole week off.
Oh my god, Jess! Like, I got a comeback during my birthday week, and now it's your turn!
It's my turn! I'm so excited! Yeah, I'm gonna take off that whole week, I think, to just enjoy my BTS time. And also, it'll be at the end of my show, so...
Also, just saying, we're gonna have, like, a lot to react to.
We're gonna have a lot to react to.
Because, like, we're gonna have the TXT MV that's gonna come out that we're gonna have to react to. We're gonna have BTS that we're gonna react to. We're gonna have...
You're gonna be sick of us.
Nah. But also, the new Psy album is coming on Friday, and second track is produced by our Min Genius, but apparently he's also on the track.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And then Psy and Yoongi saying they're besties.
I love that. I love that for them. I know how much BTS respects Psy as like their older.
Yeah, and how much Psy just loves the members too.
Yeah, I am so excited for it. It like, listen, Psy.
We have to react to that.
Gangnam Style is lit. So
Gentlemen too.
Gentlemen. So good. I'm so excited to see like especially because like his comeback was like anticipated. Like everybody was freaking out.
It's his 9th album,
which is crazy.
It's insane.
That's so wild. I'm so excited for him. Like I think it's just gonna be this album is gonna be a blast.
Jesse's on the album.
Jesse's on the album. Like he's got so Tableau. I think is also on the album too. It's gonna be absolutely crazy.
It's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be wild. I cannot wait.
We have to react to the one with Jesse too.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good.
It's coming out in like 2 days.
I know, like Friday. It's gonna be
like when this comes out, it's coming out tomorrow.
It's gonna be wild.
I'm so excited.
So excited. Yeah, there's so
We're
many.
We're gonna have so much music this year.
We have so much music coming. It's ridiculous. But honestly, like
also Hyphen is coming out with like a Japanese like release too.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Also we got Jimin having his OST released this week.
Finally.
Yay! Our vocal line. We
don't need to have Tay just like say, I've already heard it.
Whatever, Tay. Whatever.
It's just so many things, you know.
It's just so many things. His song, honestly, it hits you right in the feels.
His voice is just at the beginning.
It's so good. His lower register.
We don't hear it that often when you think about it.
Where has that been?
That's just like when Jen came out of nowhere with his lower register and we're like, hello?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm like, I love it. It's so good. I've made some playlists already, as you guys know. Playlist queen over here.
Yep.
Done.
I'm the graphics queen, you're the playlist queen.
I know it.
Go. I'm also the gift maker queen.
True. Yeah, honestly, it came out and I'd listened to it and it hits you right in the feeling spot.
What you have to do is just listen to like Stay Alive and then I don't remember the name of Tay's one. But Tay's one.
Yeah.
And then yours. And then With You. And then you're like, ugh.
It hurts. I'm actually so excited.
I feel bad. I'm gonna look
that all of them I'm not gonna tell you either, because like that's sad, girl.
I know. I feel really disappointed in myself. You don't need to rub it in.
Okay.
I have it like on the tip of my tongue. Sweet Night. There it is.
There you go. We got it. We got there. I'm just so excited that all of them now have like their own profiles on Spotify and they're finally like all connected, and it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Obviously, like I love Jimin's voice. I feel like his vocal tone is so unique. Like it's got this like beautiful,
it's very
like, airy,
underrated too.
Yeah.
Baby.
We also got news of this like played during the beginning part of the stadium too, and I wasn't sure like what it was, but we got some
BTS in the Sun.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, we're getting a little BTS game. It honestly looks like a crossover between like Animal Crossing and
I'm so excited.
Animal Crossing and like
Clip
I don't know, like Candy Crush. It's gonna be so cool, and I love how they're like game developers and like developed a game for ARMY. I love that. We're also getting another track produced by Yoongi, of course, on it. Yeah,
I'm so proud.
There's some like pre-order links for like Android and Apple where you can like pre-download it. I can put that in.
Comes out on June 28th.
It does. June, my birthday month is gonna be lit.
Festa?
Let's go. Yeah, I'm really excited to play it. I love Animal Crossing. It's like probably one of my favorite games. It was like the first game that I had purchased for our like GameCube when it
I played
first came
all
out.
of the Animal Crossing and spin-off games. Yeah. I played all of them except the first one because I was too young, but I played all of them otherwise.
Yeah, we had like bought the GameCube and that was my first game that I had ever
that's
purchased.
Also because I never owned a GameCube, so that's kind of a problem.
Yeah. My brother and I had like
the DS, the 3DS, the Wii, the Switch, all the spin-offs, the Pocket Camp on my phone. I played all of them.
It's so good. Like Animal Crossing is like I don't know, like a game is just
New Horizon just kept me sane during the pandemic because it came out like just when the lockdown started.
I know.
In 2020.
Listen, that hit like everybody so hard.
I almost wasn't able to get it because I pre-ordered it from EB Games.
Oh.
And they were closing all the shops.
Right.
And the thing is, the day it was coming out, I remember it. It's March 23rd, 2020. I had taken that day off so I could play the game.
Oh, nice.
But like the issue was that they were closing the store, so I was like, well, do I need to like order? Like I was in contact with the store, and I was like, will I be? Because I've always had a physical copy of all the Animal Crossing games, and so I was like, I want a physical copy of this one as well, because that's the whole reason I got my Switch like 2 years prior.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, like, will I be able to go and get it? Like, how is that going to work? And they opened the store only for the pre-orders of for people that pre-ordered Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal, because it was also coming out that day.
Right.
And so it was raining. I remember it like vividly. It was raining. We were waiting in line outside, and they would like take like our names and then allow us to go inside like 2 at a time.
Makes
to
sense.
Purchase, and then you had to leave.
Yeah.
But also, like, I really wanted the physical copy too, because like Daddy B Game, also like the first, I think, 100 customers got an Animal Crossing poster.
Ah, okay.
I was like, I want my poster.
Listen, free merch is amazing.
So I ended up getting my poster.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm so excited for him this song.
I think it's gonna be
fun. They put J-Hope's banana story.
I know. There's like so many cute like little like Easter eggs that I'm just like so excited to
the fucking
explore.
Banana story is just throwing a banana.
I can't. Oh man.
When I saw that, I was like, they did not.
Oh, but they did. Yeah, I'm really excited to play it. There's so much content coming out.
You wouldn't understand, babe. The banana story is hilarious.
The banana story, it's amazing. Yeah, so that's exciting.
But last but not least, we got an article, I think, last night.
We did, yes. A Weverse article about the Grammy performances. You know what's great about that? I think we talked about this, you know, like when the Grammy performance actually happened, and we did like a whole video on it. But I think like realizing just how much like respect and talent and you know like synchronicity that they have with each other is amazing, and it really showcased how in sync they are as a group. On the Grammy stage.
2 of them had to rehearse separately from the rest of the group, and yet we still got the performance that we got, and it's absolutely insane.
Amazing, you know, and
it just also show like as much like how much trust they have.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's like how much trust that they have in each other to be like, I trust that you can do this, and you don't need to be here in order for us to complete like
I know it's gonna be on point.
Yeah,
whenever like.
And that's just
come together.
I
think they were able to like rehearse like all of them together like
the day
one day. Yeah,
it was like the day of the Grammys they were rehearsing with everybody all together. And especially with how complicated that choreo was.
Just the jacket part.
Yeah, and to be able to pull that off together and still be the performance of the night.
Yeah, they're the only one, like we've said that before, they're the only one that got a standing ovation.
Yeah, and they're the only ones really that could pull that off. Really. Like, I love that they, you know, are able to showcase themselves so like that, and I'm so glad that they were able to have that performance. Because it was just so good. Like
it's so unique to them too.
Yeah, it was like totally unique to them.
How they can like pull off this concept that otherwise would be super cliche.
Yeah, And
but it just works.
It just worked. And I'm also so glad, to have this article to like get like a behind the scenes of what was happening, and especially, Jimin saying like we need our dance leader. Like we need him to keep everybody in check, and it's not a dance performance if we don't have our dance leader. And that's just like, it's my heart, it hurts. But also J-Hope saying, like, I trust the members that they would be able to do this without me there.
That means a lot.
That means a lot coming from your dance leader to be like,
especially how
that you can
like we know how strict Kobe is. Like with this member when it comes to like dancing and stuff.
Yes, he's very strict. I mean, for good reason, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it works.
It works. He wants to maintain, that level all of the time. And if you don't have somebody who's keeping track of that, then sometimes it can fall to the wayside. But again, like him saying,
but I think it's like really good for them to have Hobie as their dance leader, not just because he's an amazing dancer, because we all know that he is, but also him being like one of the most considerate member of the group, just like balances out like really good, I think, because I feel like being a dance leader, being a leader of something in general, can make, like, if you don't have that balance, can make it feel like really heavy for the rest of the members and stuff like that. So I think they have like that really good balance, having Hobie with them and being that person for them.
Yeah, and despite like all of the things that happen in the lead up to the Grammy performance, like they did an amazing job with everything that had happened with JK and Hobie getting COVID, and Hobie not being able to travel right away, and
then Jin being
injured. Like, all of those things were like against them leading up to that moment. But I'm glad that they had that moment. And as much as I despise that place, I think that they were able to pull off so much. And honestly, to be performing in the theater that all of your fans are gonna be in for the next like 4 concerts is kind of a big flex.
Where your overflow of fans are gonna be for the next 4 concerts.
And like, honestly, like, I can attest to this, is like, there was BT everywhere in Vegas. Like, you couldn't escape seeing BTS, hearing BTS. All of the signs and posters like were everywhere. So karma's an army. Like, I don't know what to say to that.
It is an army.
Like, I don't know what to say other than like, and like, speaking of that, I think like comeback is coming. I just want to say, like, make sure that you're ignoring every other person saying things outside of our fandom, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're gonna bring up stuff that doesn't matter to what's happening. This always happens. Every single comeback, there's always going to be people who are against us, who are going to spread lies and rumors and all this kind of stuff. And K-media isn't the best source of things, so don't listen to what they're saying. Just trust BTS and BTS only. Listen to what they're saying. Only pay attention to what Hybe is saying, and that's it. Everybody else, it doesn't matter. Keep your timeline clean, and if you need to take a break from social media, do so. Because it's not the time to be listening and arguing and whatever. We need to focus on what's coming. We don't need to pay attention to solos and antis and all these other people that
Get them out of here.
We don't need it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's comeback season, so let's be excited. Let's be happy. We have lots of things that are coming up. A lot of things. So I think
Hybe is coming at us.
Facts. So let's just maintain our focus on that instead of feeding into the ridiculousness.
And I mean, we've said this a lot before, like, don't engage.
No. Just block and move on.
Yeah.
Block, report, move on. It don't let those things affect your mental health, because, like Junie had that V-Live where he was talking about that, and I think he's absolutely correct. We shouldn't be focusing, because haters are going to hate no matter what, and you're not going to be able to change their mind, because once they're past a certain point, there's no going back. They will never be able to change their mind going forward. So
oh, absolutely.
I think it's just in order to maintain the balance is
The
just
balance.
yeah. So like, you know, let haters hate, let lovers love, and let's just focus on BTS for the foreseeable future.
We want to focus on.
But with that being said, let's move on to artist shout out.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. My artist this week is an artist that I found on Twitter, but they are also on Instagram, which is what I'm gonna link below. Is Pieces of Blue. So their account takes songs and interprets it into art.
Sorry, I just opened the page.
It's honestly so beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. So like you just like scroll through and like their
Yoongi's
interpretation.
painting.
Yeah. Their interpretation is so good. It's so good. I'm completely and utterly in love with their art. So
good.
That's why I decided to do Pieces of Blue this week, because it's so good. And their latest one with you is like, oh, it's just the two figures being like wrapped.
Even just like the Tokyo one,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
My artist this week, I didn't have a new one, so I'm shouting out one of our friends.
Naturally. That's what we usually
Ashley Spissona. You know about her. We've shouted her like a lot. And she's one of our D friends, and most of my shirts are from her.
Facts. That's also true. She's got a bunch of new stuff.
She's just the greatest. I think, there's a shop update that's either coming. Yeah, I think it's coming. It's not out yet.
No, not out yet. She's got like a bunch of fire inspired ones from BTS, and also some new ones for TXT.
She got pins, she got shirts, she got everything. She got everything, really. She's so like
so sweet.
She's the best. I love her.
True. Facts. It's true. It's true.
I accidentally opened a Namjoon quote.
I mean,
love that.
Love that for you. So songs of the week.
Did you have any memes?
No.
I do. I have a couple.
Well, why don't we add it to next week, since we've already talked for like a while.
Forever? Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So, songs of the week.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so our songs of the week are a bit all over the place.
They are a bit all over the place.
So my BTS song this week is The Truth Untold, because I was in my feelings like a lot.
Sad.
It is what it is.
Sad.
It's just such a good song.
It's good. It's real good.
Makes me want to cry like every time.
I know. I love that song. It's so good.
On another like completely different note, my non-BTS song is Drunk Days by Hypen.
God. That song, honestly though, it's a good
I've been
song.
Listening to it like and watching like performance videos like on repeat.
Like I did love their like
for 2
introduction.
Weeks, Jax.
I know.
Weeks.
I know. I did love their like first song that they had come out with like ever. Their like debut
Given
song.
Taken.
Given and Taken is good, but honestly, Drunk Days is
it hits different.
It hits different. It's on another level. I think I like Drunk Days better than
it's so good. And I mean, I obviously cannot stop looking at Jake like all the time. I watched his end log this week and it was so fucking cute. Did you watch it?
No.
He went to a leather workshop and make like an AirPod case.
Oh. Cute.
And then he went to a wine tasting.
Wow.
And then he went to eat some like K barbecue and it was like so freaking cute and
cute.
His smile is so genuine. I love him.
It's true. So my BTS song this week is Home. I think it just, sums up how I felt about the LA
it's
or
one of
Las
like
Vegas
it's one of
concerts.
your like favorite songs.
It is, and you know, I just think like I felt so much at home last week at the concert and being with my friends, and I felt like, you know, I was starting to get to the point where I was feeling that burnout feeling. I've been burnt out before, and it's extremely hard to get back from that. And I've done it a couple of times, which is not great for my sanity mostly. But it was nice to like have a fully recharged experience, and I feel much better. Like, even though I'm still working very hard, we're doing like 7 days a week with work, so it's becoming a lot, and it's going to become a lot until the end of this show is over. But I felt like, you know, I felt very recharged from the concert, and I feel like Home as a song sort of sums up how I'm feeling afterwards. So that's why it's my BTS song this week. And my non-BTS song, of course, has to be With You, Jimin and Ha Sung-woon. I think it's such a good song. It had to be on the list this week. And I'm like wearing Jimin's hoodie, so I kind of felt like I had to pay homage to our lovely Jimin-shi.
Jimin-shi!
I love you, Jimin.
I love you.
I love you.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's episode.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot, so
yeah, there was a lot to cover. We've been gone for like a week. But as usual, we have a new comeback, a new podcast episode every Thursday. I'm so excited. We get TXT and BTS in like 2 months, like a 1 month interval. Like, yeah, don't come at me.
It's true.
But yeah, we got a new episode coming out every Thursday and a new clip coming out every Sunday at 3 p.m. BST. You can also listen to us on the go, basically on any platform where you can listen to podcasts on the go. You can also find us on our social medias at Army ThinkTank or at Army ThinkTank Podcast. And as usual, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video.
Yes.
On that note, have a good week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, you will.
This time for real, though.
Yeah, this time for real. Not like last time. Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.